And And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition here of the PiGosaur Cup. PiGosaur Cup number 95. Your weekly dose of PiGosaur Cup action. Of course, as VIP, with I'm joined by these amazing players and by the people in chat as well. Welcome, one all. Buenos dias. Good morning, baby. Good morning. Again, it's been a very intense day. Last night, of course, we were live with the GSTL. It was a very long cast. Went to bed very late, so still a little bit fatigued from GSTL, but regardless, we're here, we are back, we are live, and we are jumping into our fresh series. We're jumping into the semi-finals or semi-finals here of the PiGosaur Cup. Jump on in and spawning in the bottom hand corner of Washout. We have the South Korean Terran player, we have the Red Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right hand corner, going for the proxy 2 racks, we have the other South Korean Terran representing Team Liquid. It is a Cure. As he moves out with two SCVs, the proxy 2 racks is upon us. ByuN back at home is none the wiser. SV scouts are quite rare here. We'll see if ByuN does check with his first Reaper, as ByuN is going to be going for double gas opener. So never mind, ByuN, he's going for a safer build. What does double gas mean? Double gas means a faster factory. It means a faster Hellion to help defend. Now, before I get ahead of myself, if you're in the chat, you know what time it is? It's time for the Gamba. Bearing in mind, this is a fresh series, a best of 5, not a best of 3, and this could go either way. Of course, I do typically lean towards Cure when it comes to TVT. He has some of the best TVT in the world, so I lean towards him. But of course, ByuN does fight back. He is a comparable player, of course, and can bring him down as well. And I mean, already here when it comes to the openers, I do favor ByuN with the initial faster factory. It'll still come down to the reaction here. ByuN has to pull the boys, pull the SCVs, ensure he does not lose the Reaper, and buy time for the Hellion. That is going to be ByuN's role. We'll see if he can pull this off. Meanwhile, also, bienvenidos everyone in the chat as well. I see Roxas, I see Solens VAR as well. Bienvenidos. Este Yoko. When we did get into the game itself, thank you so much to Yoko for the Twitch Prime for 12 months. 12 months, baby. 12 months of support. Thank you so much. I need to get rid of that. I mentioned earlier that we were live last night with GSTL, and Intel was the sponsor, or is the sponsor of GSTL. We'll have to remove the logos mod. That is from last night's tournament. We'll have to remember to do so, as the Double Reaper does dip into the main. It dips in, getting one, soon to be 2 SCVs. Not a bad start. Yeah, 2 SCVs. Reaper's out of position. ByuN taking a little losses early on here. So far, Curie retains all his Reapers, does not lose them. Nice unit control. Oh my god. A nice control so far. Does kite back, does take down the first Reaper. Heavy losses for ByuN. He's losing too much. Yeah, losing far too much here. 8 SCVs going to be going down. We'll take one massive heavy shot to the face and will sustain the other. 8 workers do go down. That was for 2 Reapers, I believe. Yep, 2 Reapers going down for Cure. He has at this point lost momentum, and at this point ByuN has defended. He's with his Hellions. Second Hellion is on the way. Marines are amassing. CC is being thrown down. On the one hand, yes, ByuN lost a lot of workers, but I was about to say, but GG gets called. GG gets called as ByuN, he was able to harass across the map with another Reaper, and ByuN takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played. I was about to say that Cure, he needed to find more damage across the map. That was not good enough, and back at home, Cure had nothing to defend. He had nothing to defend. There was a Reaper that did get across the map. And with that, GG. GG, well played. I'm going to be loading into game 2. Loading into game number 2 here. And we're going to be loading into Rainfall. Much smaller map of the map pool, shorter rush distance by ground. Do we go for another proxy? I mean, I'm sure we'll see another one. It's a best of 5, so 2 proxies in a best of 5 would make sense. Directly after the other, though, I doubt it. Eyes are on our players here as we are opening up and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Rainfall. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Shopify, leading the series 1-0 against surviving the early game aggression and shutting it down. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. Let's go. Let us go. We're getting into game number 2 here already. ByuN does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if ByuN can extend that lead even further. We'll see if Cure can recover and bounce back. Let's go. Hola, late credit. Bienvenidos. I also apologize for going live a little bit late and a little bit haphazard. It happened again this morning, by the way. This morning I woke up a little bit late. I checked on the bunnies. You know, they were resting. They were loafing, if you will, in their enclosure, and I went to get them breakfast. I went out to get them breakfast, so I went to get them their hay, as I store it outside, of course. And by the time I came back in, Chi-Chi, she was waiting for me outside of the enclosure. The enclosure is like 2 meters tall. Like, it's a pretty big area. It's like 5 square meters, and the fence of the enclosure is around, like, I say 2 meters, like 1 point. I think it's like 1.8. No, like 1.2. Anyway, over a meter tall. And Chi-Chi, she recently has been jumping the fence. Recently, like maybe 3 times in the past week. Yeah, around that. Maybe like 3 times in the past like 14 days. And yeah, she jumped the fence. She was on top of the couch, just staring at me, knowing that she had done something wrong. I was like, what are you doing? God damn it. So yeah, had to corral the bunnies back into their enclosure, give them their food. She was like, you weren't fast enough. Where's my breakfast? It's like, So yeah, that was the whole thing. I have ordered some more panels to like extend the fence to make it a little bit taller. Because right now Chi-Chi, she's making habits of jumping out. For the most part, the room is like safe for them, but there is a small area that she's jumping towards that isn't. So yeah. Este Chi-Chi. Karina's never done that. Karina, she's our other bunny. She's like, what's going on? She's a little more timid. She's less adventurous. Much less adventurous compared to Chi-Chi. Chichi's an animal. Barriers are just a suggestion. Yes. She's an escape artist. When she was a baby, she was as well. Like, when she was a baby, she would like slip through the bars and hop and like just get out of the enclosure that way. But again, very, very recently, she has been just fucking jumping and leaping the fence. Este Chi-Chi. I'll have to deal with that. Meanwhile, so far we're going to be opening up. This time we have our standard openers here. CC is going to be delayed from both Cure and ByuN. Both players did open up faster factory. That's why we have Reaper Hellion early on. And we'll see who can engage first here, as we have a comparable army. But who shoots first? Cure. Yeah, Cure better concave. Does shoot first. And a better fight for Cure. ByuN has to get the hell out of here. Pulls away. Oh. And Cure does make his way across the bridge. Does make his way across. Does give chase. Behind this, again, just mirrored builds. Let's see, Cure's pre-splitting his army, but doesn't find a way in. ByuN is ready. Yeah, ByuN is ready. Does pull the boys to repair. He's topped up. And that's a fight that Cure cannot take. Not anymore. So Cure, he does back off. He does pull away. Behind this, ByuN getting to his zone at 1-1-1. And the game continues. After an intense couple of moments here, the game is going to slow down. I believe no losses. Yeah, 0 losses for either player. Just some poking, just some prodding. From here, we can build up into the early to mid game. Coming into this game state here, we'll see if anyone goes for a faster third CC or commits a little bit harder on 2 bases. So far, just going by our tank. We're building up our Ravens. Interestingly enough, there we go. I was about to say that ByuN has not begun Interference Matrix. Delayed Interference Matrix for what? 3rd CC. So 3rd CC is on the way. ByuN is going for a much greedier build. Meanwhile, Cure is being more secure, going for a heavier Raven count and earlier Interference Matrix. It's going to be Cure being the aggressor here and looking to delay the third base of ByuN. Assuming the Cure gets the zone, which he should. Meanwhile, a big shout to Al Doctors. Al Doctor. Gracias. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Oh, Al Doctor. Just another duckling crossing the pond. Oh, thank you, Bobby. Thank you so much for subscribing for 2 months. For 2 months. Quack, Bobby, quack. Thank you, thank you. Ah. Bienvenidos. Hope you enjoy the content of the casting the StarCraft. Hope you enjoy. As Cure is committing, by the way, Cure did not expand. He's going to be reinforcing with Reactor at Liberator production. Cure is very committed. He's borderline 1 base all in. Sorry, 2 base, I guess. 2 base all in. As Cure is rallying. He's moving out. We can see Cure banking minerals here, so it looks like he can get a 3rd CC behind this. Yeah, there it is. That's that 3rd CC. But it's much more delayed here compared to ByuN's. ByuN's is already done. So again, the pressure's on Cure to be active and to at least delay. For now, just waiting for his Liberators. I'm assuming they're going to be with the main army. Yeah, there we go. Not to harass. Moving out with everything. Has a lot of potential, of course. He's got Disables, got his Liberators. Pushing towards the 3rd base. Now moving in. Scans ahead of time. There's only the 1 tank. Scan reveals the army. Liberation has arrived. And ByuN is being bullied back. Okay, it's being bullied back here. You can see the slow leapfrog of the tanks and then Liberators and tanks and libs. Ravens are coming from behind, coming for the disables. Gets 1, gets 2. Yeah, 1, 2 tanks get disabled. We do have defensive order turrets. I have the order turrets are late. Yeah, late turrets. One of the Ravens does get focused down. And ByuN, he will barely not break through, actually. Just barely not. All 3 tanks survive. Again, that was a better engage from ByuN. I was very impressed. So he did preserve a lot of his army, but he did not get the high-tech units. Yeah, boys being pulled. ByuN getting desperate. Does go for the dive. There is 1 order turret that's not quite available. And ByuN holds. ByuN, he does hold on. Does cost him a bunch of SCVs. 8 SCVs going to be going down, but ByuN does survive. He holds back. Losing 11 workers in total. With that, ByuN, he will take a worker deficit. Behind this, Cure can now take his 3rd. So we're going to have comparable 3rd base timings. Now, Cure did throw away a lot of tanks here in the process. That was, what, those 3? Yeah, 3 tanks going down. But as the dust settles, we have an equivalent tank count. Even Viking count as well. ByuN has more Ravens and more Marines. So now it's time for ByuN to counterattack. And again, did Cure lose too much across the map? He doesn't really have much support for his tanks. Let's see Cure trying to set up. ByuN is coming. Got plenty of Ravens, plenty of disables. The Ravens, pappy. Is moving in. Yeah, we'll siege within range of the eBay. Oh, takes jeez. Takes control of the skies. And now picking up depots. For now. We do get a counter disable on the Viking, actually. Okay. Oof. Still not going to be enough. And Marines, they do help support. Cure barely takes the fight in the sky, but will lose +1. Throw the counter tables. Now we commit. Yeah, now the boys are being pulled. Cure dives on the main army. The Marines, they hit a punish. Oh my god, so many SCVs go down. Cure cannot break out. Not like this. Not like this, pappy. Oof. With our workers are going down back across the map. Looks like we had some Liberator harass. Cure still with a worker advantage, still 57, 58. Up by 5 SCVs, and Cure holds. Whew, he does hold on. Once again, Cure, he was also harassing. ByuN is not done. See you, chats. And the Ducklings covering PiGosaur. Bomioja's live as well. Bomioja. I don't know about Dave. I don't know if Dave is live. But it's us and Bomioja. Bomioja, he should be covering the other match, the upper semis, Solar versus Percival. So when it comes to the format, when it comes to PiGosaur Cup, both semis happen at the same time. So upper semis and lower semis happening at the same time. So CranKy still up in workers, still up in economy. Being active across the map. We'll see if we can delay the 4th base. They were just playing. Oh, never mind. So here comes ByuN. Oh! As ByuN pushes, that should trigger Cure's counterattack. But does Cure have enough to defend? Bearing in mind that ByuN has still been able to retain those Ravens. I say Ravens, one. There's still that one Raven here for ByuN. But can still make or break a fight. Meanwhile, back at home, ByuN does have reinforcements. Ooh, massive tank shot. ByuN holds. ByuN defense back at home. Moving out across the map. Just trying to rotate. So it's right until, as I said before, I'll have to remember to get rid of it. But last night we were casting GSTL, of course. The main cast is for GSTL, which is stupid intel. So we'll have to remove that for the next game, hopefully. If you missed that, I do highly recommend it. We're covering GSTL, casting Scarlet, Maru, Cure, Hero. No Zound. Zound didn't get to play, unfortunately. Spoilers, I guess. Didn't get to play. Zound. As the game slows down. Again, I feel like there was maybe an opportunity there for ByuN, but especially with the higher Viking counts, Cure, he's able to zone the army away, able to defend back at home, now securing his 4th expansion, so is ByuN, and the game is slowing down. After a more intense early game, we're easing up here, coming to the mid game. Mass starports on the way here for Cure, going into a heavy Viking composition, into potentially, eventually, Liberators and Ravens. But for now, Vikings are amassing. When it comes to TVT, it's all about that air control. Sure, you can have more tanks than your opponents, but it does not matter if you don't have control of the skies. Vikings, they do allow for extended range, of course, as tanks they can shoot further than they can see. So you do need that air control. Likewise, Liberators are a good way to kind of dominate, or make use of that air control and dominate the ground as well. ByuN tries to move in. Cure's ready. Gas Geyser is going to go down, and he's going to force a stim. Yeah, disables the tanks. That's a lot of Marines going down. Does get the Liberator at the same time. ByuN going for the backstab. Once again, plenty of tanks in position. Plenty of tanks. As Cure, he has 13 tanks compared to the 8 of ByuN. What does ByuN have? More Marines. This is typically ByuN's go-to style. You can see he's making 14 Marines at a time. It does mean that ByuN's main army is weaker when it comes to a frontal engagement, but he does have a lot of Marines to backstab, to counterattack, to go for drop play like this. The downside of the style is that if the drops fail, if the counterattacks fail, then ByuN does fall behind. Speaking of, it does boost into the main base. Will barely make it through the turret. Does get in. It gets into the main. The production is going to be under fire. We might even deny +1 ship weapons. Yep, we'll deny it. Nice pickup. Starports are exposed as well. He gets a starport. Okay. Yeah, takes down the starports. Takes down the armory. Will be cleaned up. But not a bad trade here for ByuN, as he throws away mainly Marine. They're very expendable. Cheap losses for ByuN. Behind this, going for his own starport production, likewise setting up his own Vikings. Tech labs are already done, so he's getting ready here for the next step, which is Raven. So
ByuN is working on it. Oh, Sims in. The tanks on siege. Yeah, massive PiGosaur gets 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks. Very nice PiGosaur by ByuN. 4 tanks for, again, just Marines. CranKy was late to react. Late to siege. Oh, as he's being bullied back, and nice counterattack here by Cure. Takes down 3 more tanks. You can see the Liberators are just forcing on siege out of ByuN. And this is becoming more worrisome here for the Red Terran. As the Liberators just keep pushing forward, you can see again just the superior composition here for Cure. Tanks, Vikings, Liberators. Oh, ByuN sims in. He once again gets the tanks. 3 more tanks go down. You can see ByuN finding these opportunities to stim forward. But it's still not going to be enough here. If ByuN, he will lose all of his tanks. He gets bullied back. ByuN is down to 5 tanks. He has half the tank count. He sims in. The tanks are once again unsieged. Wow. Yeah, once again, they were caught unsieged for the 3rd time. Moves like this are keeping ByuN in this. But he's still losing ground. He's still losing ground here to Cure. Cure, he is pushing across the map. Rotating over, getting into the planetary. Let's get on top. Planetary goes down. Behind this, we have the fusion core on the way. That's going to be for Liberator range. Getting into Lib range. Oh. Leads out a tank. Trades. Trades 1-to-1. When it comes to Vikings here, we have 21 Vikings for Cure. Jesus. I was curious because ByuN has also been making his own Vikings, but has been making them at a slower pace. And he has 14. Meanwhile, vehicle upgrades are also in favor of Cure. Both players are working on +3 ship weapons, but we also have armor plating for Cure as well. As ByuN does backstab, there's the armor shred, massive connection. We'll take down the CC, and this will force Cure back. This is at least giving ByuN some time. Let's give him some breathing room. Cure is throwing down 4 more CCs. The mass command centers. I would say at this point, oh, actually, ByuN is caught up. I was going to say that this would be the time to switch to Liberators, but ByuN, he has caught up in Vikings. Actually, he's exceeded Cure. He's up in Vikings. Armor shred as well. ByuN, yeah, ByuN takes the fight. Dominates the skies. Very nice armor shred. It's going to be that much more delayed here for Cure. Vikings are going down. Cure does take down the base. But it's all about the Vikings. All about the air. Catching out 3 more tanks. And 1, 2, 3 tanks go down. ByuN gives chase. He's got 19 Vikings remaining. Plenty of Vikings. And again, that one fight was brutal. For Cure to be called out to take that armor shred to the face. Oof. Armor shred the Marines. Vikings, they can still just keep pushing. ByuN's happy to trade. He's happy to throw these Marines away. Oof. And ByuN is looking to run away with it. Behind this, now switching to Mass Raven. Ravens are amassing. ByuN is skipping Liberators. Maybe skipping. I would say it's simply greedy to do so, but he's getting away with it. Gets away with the Mass Raven. And the pressure's on Cure. It is on. Cure is catching up with Vikings. The reason for this is because ByuN stopped Viking production due to all these ravens. So the Viking production has been stagnant for ByuN. And Cure is catching up. Oh. I'm sure that grazes the Vikings. There we go. Better connection. Much better. Covers all the Vikings. I believe Cure still has the Viking advantage though. Yeah, he does. ByuN has to back off. Okay, there's a balancing act, you know, making Vikings and switching Ravens, switching back, going lib. ByuN has to be careful. Nice on siege. Oof, not in time this time though, as 3 tanks gonna get caught out. Nice cleanup here by ByuN. Catching up 3 tanks, pushing out, secure. He has no bank, isn't bleeding out far too much. He's been losing too much, ByuN is coming. ByuN commits, massive sable here, covering 3 tanks. 1 tank left. Not enough counter disables, and the Cure, sorry, ByuN, he should break through. He does break through, cleans up all the tanks, keeps on chasing. His Ravens are running out of energy. Yeah, ByuN is running out of energy here. He's going to be careful. Leaving out more Ravens. Bringing out more Ravens is here. Cure, he will dominate the skies. Once again, bullying the fact that the Ravens have no energy. Losing Ravens, losing Vikings. Cure, he's holding on. Again, down in supply. Down in the bank, but he's holding. He's got that one Liberator. Oh, Cure, he's losing his Viking lead. Let's get him out of back. Yeah, the Vikings overextend. Once again, both players have it fixated on just making Vikings. And ByuN has the lead. He has to wait for his reinforcements. They're not trickling in. They've been catching out tanks. But he's got the Vikings, Pappy. And Curie just cannot engage, not head on like this. You can see he's trying to go for a backstab. Headed for the planetary. And should bring it down. Sword kills the CC. ByuN tries to engage. Oh, I guess dragged into tank fire. Okay. Nice moves out of Cure. Does catch a couple of stray tanks here as well in the center. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 tanks. ByuN leaving his tanks defenseless here. ByuN making mistakes. Beating out tanks, beating out marines, and Cure, he looks like he will get a final tank. Oh, barely not. As ByuN still has control of the center of the map, still bullying. Still bullies, Pappy. Gets another CC. Does scan, spot center left. We'll see how ByuN does approach. Which is the Vikings. Neck and neck when it comes to Vikings, but the issue here is that ByuN has Ravens. So ByuN can always armor shred, so he will win the main fight. He has the armor shred, he has the disables. Cure doesn't have any supportive Ravens. Not yet. So we still have to give it to ByuN unless he gets caught out here. If Cure can somehow get on top of these Ravens and reset the Raven count, then he can have a chance in this game. I mean, Cure is building up to 27, soon to be almost 30 Vikings, so he might be able to brute force his way through and get on top of those Ravens. There's a chance. The issue here is that ByuN, I mean, he's ready for this. He's throwing down turrets in the center of the map to support his army, to make sure the Vikings can't just dive. Comes in, gets a tank. Gets one, doesn't quite get the other. And moves in. There's the armor shred. It does armor shred the Vikings, both of them do. Again, Cure still has a higher Viking count, and Cure he will win this fight. We need more support here. We need turrets. There it is. Yeah, auto turrets now being thrown down, but this is late. Gonna get messy. Get messy here again. Better fight for Cure. That was Cure catching out 4 Ravens. Raven count down to 5. I mentioned this earlier, but this is all about the battle in the sky. Let's go, 16 Marines. They will support. Just freeing up supply. Forcing friendly fire. How many Vikings we at? 26. It's gonna be 29. Nice rotation out of ByuN. Takes down a couple of free turrets. Armor shred covering all the Vikings. Yeah, Vikings they get covered, and with that, ByuN he might actually take this fight. Oh no, no. Has to pull away. Marines are trying to get involved. Oof. Nice punish, catching up 3 more Vikings towards the end. Yeah, no good engage here out of Cure. Bleeds out too much. Yeah, messy fight. Getting messy. Now, what is important though is that ByuN did lose all his Ravens. True. ByuN lost all of his Ravens and he has to restart. He's making his Ravens once again. This means that he's gonna have less energy. This is worrisome. It is worrisome for ByuN. He's gotta be careful. Upgrades are in favor of ByuN. He does have +3 vehicle plating. So let's have slightly better upgrades. Liberty moves in. Nice armor shred here on the Vikings. Again, ByuN does not have his own. Did you cast viewer games already? I missed the past streams. Oh, true. Remind me, we should be able to do it today because I believe this cast should be quite short. Should be short. Remind me. After the finals tonight. today. Now, what's a little bit scary here is, again, the soup has been lying to you. If you've been wondering, like, oh, like, he has been up against the wall. He has been having some worse fights, in a sense. But remember, because Cure threw away all those SCVs earlier, Cure has a larger army. His army is super maxed. So Cure is up in Vikings. Oh, doesn't engage. We'll take it straight to the face. Both of them do. Marines, they do help support. And Marines, they stim forward. There's no tanks to punish. Oof. Messy fight for Cure. He runs into the tank line and he bleeds out all the Marines. As Marines are going down, despite that, Cure, he will also lose the Viking lead. And with that, I believe ByuN will take it. Yeah, ByuN will take it. That was a bit of a desperation fight out of Cure. Losing far too much. Again, his tank out was too low. His tank out was too low here. As he stimmed into tanks. And with that, ByuN has done it. He's done it, Pappy. As that was it. That's all the Cure had. ByuN can start to gain ground. Will it be recasted here or just going to be on YouTube? It will be. We'll rebroadcast the VOD here on Twitch and YouTube. We'll have the rebroadcast. That'll be tomorrow. Usually it'd be right now, but PiGosaur Cup is going on, so we're waiting for. So because of that, we don't want to clash with PiGosaur Cup. So tomorrow we will have the rebroadcast of GSTL. Be tomorrow. Oh, meanwhile, STC Grail in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing. Bunny update, please. Oh, you missed it. For STC Grail. You missed the bunny update. But yes, there is an update. GG. GG gets called. And ByuN, he will take a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Cure, he had some rough engagements throughout the course of this game. He was being much more inefficient. We saw him taking some really rough fights, especially in the kind of mid to late game when we saw the mass Raven building up here for ByuN. Due to all those Ravens, ByuN was being hyper efficient and was able to just take these better engagements, take these better fights, preserve more resources, and just build up a larger army as a result. Yeah. GG well played. But here we go. We're now getting into game number 3. You're going to be loading into Fear and Faith. Let's go. Let us go. Sorry, that's all good. So good. So when it comes to the bunny update, I was just letting the chat know that this morning I woke up a little bit late because GSTL ran late. So I woke up a little bit late. I went out to get the bunnies their breakfast, and they were fine. Like they were just chilling in their enclosure. Went to get them some breakfast. And so I went outside because I have their hay outside. I came back in, and Chi-Chi, she was waiting for me. She was waiting for me outside of her enclosure on top of the couch. She was oh no. And she was looking very guilty as well. Very, very guilty. Again, their enclosure, like it's pretty tall. Like the fence of the enclosure is like over a meter tall. But over the past like 2 weeks, like she on an irregular basis has been escaping. She's been jumping the fence. I think this is the 3rd time in the past 2 weeks that this has happened. Because I think she was hungry. She didn't want to wait too long. Oh, who is it? Who is it? Jesus. Bit of a lag spike there. But we are getting into game number 3 here this morning. In the top right hand corner of Fear and Faith, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran leading the series 2-0, 1 game away from claiming the series. Representing Shopify, it is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player, the South Korean Terran for Team Liquid. It is Cure. But yes, for the past 2 weeks, like again, it's happened 3 times now where where in the morning specifically, she jumped the fence and goes explore. God, I have to get rid of that. Este chichi. As Cure, he opens up with the proxy dead set in the center of the map, not just with one, with 2. Proxy 2 racks, proxy 2 racks. Cure is going to double down, hyper aggression. Now, the reason why this, I do like this on, specifically on Fear and Faith, there's a high chance, yep, I was about to say, there's a very high chance that ByuN goes CC first. CC first is very common on this map because it's a very large map and it's a 4-player small map as well. So CC first is very common, and this will mean that ByuN will have a difficult defense to the point where this might just be a build order win for Cure, to be honest. Because of the CC first, gases are late, factory is late, no defensive Hellions, ByuN is going to have 1 Reaper to defend, and he's just going to be down in production. Assuming that Cure rallies and finds ByuN relatively quickly, like I don't see ByuN holding here. There's a world where maybe ByuN can pull the boys and surround a Reaper. Like if he can surround and if he can micro his heart out and somehow get on top of those aggressing Reapers, then maybe. Cure does go for the cross scouts. He will not find ByuN. Sends a second SCV bottom left, and the Reapers can rally top right. I can rally. So I have ordered some extra panels to try to extend the fence and make it a little bit taller. Este chichi. Este carina. But yeah, they've been good. They've been good. Very mischievous. Very mischievous. Yeah. There we go. Reapers aim move out. Again, there's going to be one Reaper here to defend for ByuN. He has to pull the boys to try to hold on. But even then, it's going to be a tough hold. It does step in. Boys being pulled. And so far is zoning, but we have more reinforcements on the way. It does get 1 SCV. And 1 SCV goes down. 3rd Reaper has arrived. Oh! 1 Reaper does fall. Cure does misstep. Bit of miscontrol there, Cure. It does miscontrol, but he still does take down 3. Soon to be 4 SCVs. Cure has lost a little bit of momentum. The Hellion is on the way. We're getting more workers though, and we do get the Reaper. Yeah, Reaper goes down. We do trade 1-to-1. There's 1 Reaper left for ByuN. SCV's there cornering the Reaper. He gets another. Okay, he gets another Reaper. ByuN holds. Whew, ByuN does hold on against some messy control here by Cure, getting cornered, getting caught out. Now that there's a Hellion, ByuN defends. Okay, he does defend, and as he cleans up the remaining Reapers, where exactly are we? There's no CC. There's no CC. Cure, he has no expansion. ByuN, he got away with the CC first. He got away with it. We mentioned earlier that the best chance here for ByuN was to surround some of the Reapers, and the SCVs did a great job at zoning and isolating those Reapers. In the end, Cure, he lost 5 Reapers. 5 Reapers went down. Almost a 1-to-1 trade when it comes to the workers. Only killing 6 SCVs. That was not worth it for Cure, and ByuN is ahead. ByuN, he's now up in workers. He now has a base. He's up in mules as well. He's up in SCV production. Cure, he is far behind. He has to get more damage done. He needs more damage. Here we go. Hellion will reinforce. Cure, he has to commit. It's not going to be pretty, but he has to go in. Oh, God. There are 3 Hellions waiting for him, and ByuN will hold. ByuN, he will hold on. Cleans up the Reapers. Oh. ByuN, does he ever extend? Gotta be careful. And at this point, Cure's playing from behind. He's playing from behind. His build had potential. But again, the execution was lacking. Oh, Jesus. And once again, some massive Hellion shots. Cyclone has arrived. Army gets cleaned up. We do see Cure, he does desperately get 1, 2 more. And then we have a 3rd CC behind this. ByuN is being so greedy. It's crazy. Crazy. 3rd CC. So is Cure. Cure's 3rd CC is to catch up. ByuN's 3rd CC is to get further ahead. And because Kira is also going for his own third command center, he doesn't really have the potential to go for a 2-base all-in, right? There is no 2-base all-in, so there's no way to really punish ByuN. Not in a big way. Kira needs other ways to try to gain an advantage or try to recover. Now, there are going to be opportunities here with his initial army to try to move out and at least contain ByuN, maybe. Try to contain. Here we go. One of these days I'll remember to get rid of the logos mod. One of these days, Pappy. True. What kind of PiGosaur is that? It is a pig crossed with a Stegosaurus. Crossed with a Stegosaurus. Oh. Nice catch on the hack. Okay, nice catch here by Cure. This is what he needs. Free tank. Does catch a free tank. Ravens are moving in. Can he get another? Nice tank shot on the Marines. These are the nice little wins here for Cure. That's Cure's rally. Curie does move on the right hand side. Locking on the Vikings. Vikings, they will get away. Curie does pull back. At the same time, we do have some auto shot harass across the map. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god. We're not done, by the way. There's plenty of energy. Yeah, plenty of energy here, and Cure, he was already behind, now losing 11 SCVs. Ay. Cure's hand is being forced. He commits in, he can disable. Oh, no, he doesn't disable. GG. GG gets called. Ay. And ByuN, he will claim the series 3-0. GG. Did you see that desperation dive? Cure, he moved in with the Ravens to disable the tanks, and ByuN stimmed and he focused on the Ravens just before there was any disable. And that's game. That's game then and there. GG, well played. ByuN will advance on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. A strong showing here by ByuN, by the way. It was very aggressive, it was very chaotic. We had a lot of cheese, we had a lot of proxies out of Cure, going proxy 2x twice in this series. I will say that, again, here in game 3, I liked the proxy 2x out of Cure. It was designed to punish the CC first, but we did notice, of course, that, again, the execution was lacking. He did lose his first Reaper very early on. Every Reaper counts so much. There's just so much DPS output potential out of those Reapers early on. So lose that first Reaper was the first sign of things going awry for Cure. And then here extended SCVs, they came into play, and they did lock down and zone out more of those Reapers. And in the end, he lost 5 Reapers for only 6 SCVs. Like, it was not enough damage, nowhere near enough. So Cure fell behind. There was a lot of pressure on Cure to find more damage, to achieve more, and alas, he wasn't able to. GG. GG, well played. With that, congratulations here in the end. ByuN, he will advance on into the grand finals, where he's going to be waiting for his next opponent. Now, this is a good opportunity for me to fix up the logos mod. And to download the replay.
I'm just setting some things up. Beautiful. When it comes to the rest of the tournaments, we do have a moment here. Let's head on over. Let's head on over here. Let's catch up on the matches. Let's catch up on the broadcast. Okay, un momento. There we go. Okay, so exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the bracket yourselves. As you can see, the bracket has been progressing quite quickly. It was a bit of a smaller, a shorter bracket here tonight. So bam, as you can see, we had Cure. Cure took down Bomyoja. ByuN took down Minizerg. ByuN takes down Cure 3-0, and ByuN is in the grand finals. Heading on over here, we have Solar. Solar took down Chovka. Percival took down Faint, and then we have Solar and Percival. They're currently mid-series in a best of 5. I believe that is being covered by Bomyoja. He's covering that series, and they're in the least game 2. They're in game 3. Percival is up 2-0. So, can Solar stop the TVT finals? Can he stop it? Again, we spoke about Percival last night during the GSTL, but Percival, he has been putting on a really good showing as of late, and he has been on a more regular and consistent basis defeating players like Solar and Shin. He's been improving quite heavily in the ZVT matchup and in TVT as well. But it looks like we're going to game number 4 here. Okay. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Wait, what? Was that the ace match? Sorry, I was misreading the score on screen. Thought it was up 2-0. Looks like it was a tied 2-2 score, and I think Solar just won. I think. Did he? He did. Okay, he did. I could be blind, or I was just misreading the score, or the score was just incorrect on screen. But it was 2-2. It was the ace match, and Solar does take the series. You just saw the update on screen. On screen, 3-2. We have the grand finals: Solar versus ByuN. So I do need a moment to set things up. But an intense back and forth between Solar and Percival went all the way to the ace match. Solar's claiming it, so which means we have a non-TBT finals. Let's go. Let us go. Vetoes are currently underway, and once they are done, we'll be jumping into our fresh series. Jumping in. Catching up. Again, just fixing up some of our notifications. Beautiful. So I guess we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, videos will be done and we'll have the finals ready for you. As stated earlier, we will do our best to cover some viewer replays after the finals. Do our best. But we'll see you soon after the break. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back here to the PiGosaur Cup. PiGosaur Cup number 95. Welcome back to your weekly dose of PiGosaur Cup action. We are here in the grand finals. We're just wrapped up with the semis, ByuN versus Cure, and now we're jumping into the grand finals. Another fresh best of 5. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of At Eternity's Edge, we have the red Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player, the blue Zerg player himself. It is Solar. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our best of 5. Coming into this here, it's going to be a difficult one to call. I think I do lean towards Solar. Solar has in recent weeks and the past month has had a stronger record over ByuN, but I do know that ByuN has been adapting to the patch, has been more active, more aggressive, more in the face of his opponent. We'll see if that trend continues. We'll see if he can keep up and overwhelm Solar before Solar gets out of hand. For those that are curious when it comes to the current TVZ meta, first things first, CC first. But when it comes to the current meta here, it's all about being as aggressive as possible from the Terran side, to be hyper aggressive. Make sure the Zerg player cannot freely get up to 80 workers. If they can freely drone up, then they will just snowball and just overwhelm the Terran. So it's all about being as aggressive as possible. As the game progresses, then you can find some breathing room to build up into a higher base count and take up into Ghost, for example. We can kind of work in that direction. That's after the aggression. That's after you're just hammering away at the Zerg player. First things first, of course, ByuN does go for a greedier start. Now, we have seen ByuN mix in like CC first into like 3rd CC before 2nd racks and like into a 3CC 3 racks. I'm not too fond of that build in ZBT. I think it hits too late. You give your Zerg player so much time to drone and so much freedom. It can work if the opposing Zerg is not aware of the build and maybe gets ready for an earlier push and goes for an inefficient response. But I feel like you're relying on the Zerg player making the wrong response and making some slip-ups. So I'm hoping that we go for like a 2-on-1 variation. We'll see. For now, we are opening up with our Marine. Again, a 0 SCV scout, a 0 Marine scout. If Solar were to go for, say, a 1-base all-in, a Roach Rush, for example, a Bane Bust, and Solar could kill ByuN, as ByuN is playing very blind, very in the dark. But so far, Solar's just playing standard. Pulls out of gas, getting into link speed, droning, saturating, settling in. Here we go. So does that pan out? And it is going to be 3rd, so we are going 3CC. I believe this is a 3rd CC though after the factory, so it's going to be, it looks to be a 3CC 2-on-1. We have been seeing mech out of ByuN in recent times. If you haven't seen it, mech, Clem, Cure, they do like to mix mech in, but they typically mix it into a series. They don't rely on it. So in a best of 5, I do expect to see mech at some point, and as we bring it up, as the 2nd factory, it is mech. Oh boy. And that's the reason, like, this did look very suspicious, which is why we brought it up to begin with. So we're going to see mech in game 1. In a best of 5, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it twice, maybe twice in this series, but I would not expect to see it more than that. Now, when it comes to mech here, mech is very strong, mech is very powerful if it goes unscouted. We are reliant on that. We are reliant on making sure that Solar doesn't see this coming. If Solar gets stuck on Ling Bane and goes in towards especially Ling Bane Hydra, then Battle Mech will overwhelm Solar. So Solar, he needs to scout, needs to recognize what's going on, and respond with a Roach Horn. There we go. Solar so far is just keeping up back at home. Hellions are revealed, but seeing like 4 to 8 Hellions isn't really a tell. This is standard. Macville Accelerators is going to be on the way. Solar does have that overload outside of the natural, but has yet to go in. Has yet to dive. For now, we're still droning, still saturating. Soon we'll get into our tech of choice. We can see here that we're getting ready for Liberator Defense.
So this tells us Solar believes it's a 1-1-1. Or a 3cc 1-1-1. Oh, Ling pokes in, doesn't scouts. You can see that we're hiding the rest of the Hellions. They're being hidden here on top of the high ground, on top of the ramp. Solar does not notice. Solar has still not seen enough, and Solar is going Ling Bane. It's going to be Ling Bane here out of Solar with the Baneless, with the Evo Chamber. Lair is on the way as well. So far, Solar is none the wiser. This is dangerous. Third base not being taken, and Solar, he... Again, seeing a couple of Hellions is still not enough, and he does actually miss the sight. Oh, he sees a glimpse. Yeah, does see a glimpse. I don't think he noticed. Yeah, I don't think he noticed. He's still getting +1 carapace, which is not ideal against mech. ByuN is moving in, and can he catch the queens? Oh, now it gets revealed. Now Solar knows. Now Solar finally is aware. Overlord's going to be going down. We do spend the lock on the Overlords. Queens are keeping up. Solar, he should deflect this. He should deflect. Oh, we'll lose a queen, though. Yeah, queen does get picked up. Another Overlord goes down. You can see Solar trying to lure him in, get ready for a surround. Oh. Trying to lure him further in. Here we go. Does flank. And ByuN, he... does he get away? He'll be that Hellions. Yeah, Hellions going to be going down. Very nice flank here by Solar. He does not get the Cyclone, though. Never mind. Blue Flame kicks in. Cyclone survives. We're going for another queen. Oh, Cyclone gets focused. Yeah, nice Stagger Parry. Miscontrol out of ByuN. ByuN does miscontrol, but again, he has momentum. Reinforcements are soon to arrive. We need more Cyclones. Up. Attempt to surround. Solar gets caught. Yeah, Solar gets caught out. Losing another queen. Bailing speed will not factor in. And we're just bullying. Yeah, at this point, ByuN, he has done it. He has broken the back here of Solar, bleeding out more queens. Bailings, they should never connect. They crash into Marines, I guess. Aye. Oh, we have 18 Lings on the way, so Solar, he can survive this. He needs a little bit more time. The Roaches are popping. The Roaches on the way. Nice surround, nice flank. Whew. And Solar, he will survive. But this was a messy defense out of Solar. Yeah, it was messy. ByuN has to back off, and Roaches are popping out. Now, what's important here is that, one, it was a messy defense. It did bleed out a lot of queens, did trade very inefficiently, but didn't lose any drones. The drone count is still okay. It's not ideal. Solar's actually behind economically. He is behind, but could be a much worse position as 2 more Overlords get sniped. Oh, Ling's once again coming for a flank. ByuN being greedy, he slips away. Yeah, ByuN does slip away. Doesn't get caught. Again, Solar, he bought enough time for Roach production. Solar, he needs to drone up. The issue here is that because he bled out so much Ling Bane, that eats into his drone count. It's been eating into his drones. Behind this, 4th CC is on the way. ByuN is still rallying. ByuN still has map control. So has momentum. I do like this run by here by Solar. ByuN moves in, and so does Solar. Oh no, Solar turns around. Never mind. Solar does turn back around. He wants to flank those Cyclones. Can he catch him? Not many Hellions here. Yeah, there's not many Hellions. And 1, 2, 3, 4 Cyclones. Massive losses here for ByuN. Again, Cyclones are so expensive. You can't lose them like that. And ByuN, he's now losing control of this game. This is the moment here. This is the moment here where now Solar, he has gained momentum. He's gained map control. ByuN's in trouble. I say game map control, still staying back home, but like now he's stabilizing. Solar stabilizing, joining up to 81. ByuN's army is not anywhere near as threatening. Now we have a healthy Roach count. The pressure is on ByuN. Pressure is on. Fungal catching out one of the Cyclones. And you can see ByuN knows this. ByuN, he's now switching out of Cyclones into tank production. This tank switch tells us that ByuN knows that he cannot kill anymore. Like, he can no longer kill. He has to get ready for a defensive game instead. Nice PiGosaur here in the Roaches. Nice lock-ons. But ByuN is switching out of battle mech into regular mech. Oof. as he loses 2 more Cyclones. 2 more Cyclones go down. Spires on the way for Solar. Again, both players are soon to max out. ByuN, I mean, the plus side for ByuN is that his bases have been untouched. That's the difficult thing to accomplish here with Mech, is to make sure you get your 3rd, your 4th, and your 5th base up and running, and ByuN is doing so. Oh, and he's being a little more assertive with these tanks. My assumption was that ByuN was going to stay home, but no, ByuN is pushing early. This is risky, as ByuN has not reached like his peak army. On top of that, Solar has the Viper. I believe there's one. Yep. There it is. One Viper has arrived, gathering energy. Blinding Clouds are going to be key here. Blinding Clouds and Abductions. But again, ByuN does not want to let Solar get comfortable. I would say, though, it's too late at this point. So it does go for the run by. ByuN moving in. That is a lot of tanks, but they are clumped. Due to the sheer amount of tanks, I don't think 1 Viper is going to be enough, though. At the same time, these are all in. Oh my god, 20 SCV kills. Massive PiGosaur. Planetary goes down as well. Does force back all the Hellions. Nice run by here out of Solar. Very nice run by. We spoke earlier about how imperative it is for Terran players, for Mech players, to be able to build up their economy and secure it. Not quite there anymore for ByuN. Tank to expose. Wow, the tanks are all on their own. ByuN out of position. He will lose every single tank here. There are the Lion Clouds as well. And that's game. That's game then and there. ByuN losing 10 tanks going down. Heavy losses for ByuN. The pants were down, papi. The Panzer were down completely. And Solar's remaxed, and ByuN, it takes so long to rebuild all those tanks. 10 tanks? He's actually going back into Cyclone. We're done with tanks, going back into Cyclones. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, instead, ByuN is going for mass harassment. Heli run on the top side. Rest of the army here towards the south. Solar's keeping up. Ooh, catching up Cyclones. 2, 3 Cyclones going down. Does kill a hatchery, is getting some damage done, and again, ByuN is rebuilding, that is true, but he's rebuilding with mainly a battle mech army. It's a little more flimsy, it's less robust. It's built to harass, built to counterattack, not really built to fight head on. What I'll say is that Solar, so far at least, he's just fixated on defending. Let's see, what was another hatchery? Okay. So hatchery's going down. Cleaning up aces. ByuN, he's stabilizing. The issue here is that he had to burn through a lot of his bank to do so. And we're switching into Broodlords. Yeah, Broodlord production has begun. There is no good answer to Broodlords at the moment. Cyclones are okay, but they still have to get within range of the Broodlords to lock on. Well, we need a Vikings and Thors. Vikings, Thors, Ghosts. Thankfully, there aren't many Broodlords. It's going to be 8 in total. It's still a lot. The Broods are coming. ByuN trying to switch into BC. Ambitious. Lock-ons here on one of the Broodlords. Nice lock-ons. Gets one. Down to 7 Broods. 7 Broodlords left. We do get another lock-on here on one of the Broodlords, and one more goes down to 6. Down to 6 Brood Lords, cleans up all the tanks. They still break through. You can see here forcing up 5 Thors at a time. That's crazy. It's a big reaction. Thor production, Vikings as well. So like gaining more ground. Sounds good about the tank. Landing cloud on the planetary. The planetary should go down. As Brulors, they chase down the Cyclones. Vials, they break down the base. Brutal baiting connections. We're getting on top of another tank. And there's going to be 14 dead SCVs. 14 SCVs going to be going down. The Cyclones are being chased down as well. We're down to 2 Cyclones left. Down to 1. 1 Cyclone. Bappy. Oof. Yeah, the Vials are brutal. They connect. Vials, they shut down the SCVs. Vikings force to land. A messy defense here by ByuN as he will lose that final Cyclone. Lings are flooding in. Once again, Vials, they do shut down more of the SCVs. And Solar's done it. Solar, he has done it. I mean, the big moment for Solar, there were 2 big moments. One was when he flanked the Cyclones and when he got us around, and the initial fight that went Solar's way. That was the moment where Solar was able to stabilize and get into 80 workers and build up his base count. The second big moment was when Solar caught all the tanks. There were all these, like 10 tanks in the center of the map that got caught. They were by themselves, on their own. Those are the 2 key moments for Solar. ByuN's trying to keep up. He has made the switch into Mass Thor, I guess. So does he have Neural? He does. Yeah, Neural is complete. Infested production has begun. How do you deal with Mass Thor? Neural. So Neural them, turn them on the Terran. As they're getting ready. They have to be careful. Uh-oh. I feel like we're being too ambitious with this. Here we go. Here come the Mass Neurals, but they're on their own. Yeah, the Infestors, they're going to go down. This is a messy engage here by Solar. He will lose every Infestor. Neurals run out. And ByuN can take this fight. Yeah, ByuN, he can take this fight. That was a massive loss for Solar. That was how many? 6? 8. That was 8 Infestors. Oof. Again, the borrowed Infestors, they just came in too soon. They came in too soon. ByuN is back in this. He's back in this, Pappy. Catching on more roaches. Oh, we are fighting out of range of the tanks, but there we go, they do move in. Low ground is going to be taking over. 13 SCVs going down. Nice thing run by here. Does hit another mineral line. Catching out 19 SCVs. No planetary. Oh, as Solar, he does overextend. Yeah, big overextension here by Solar. But he does cripple the economy, so it's okay. It's still okay. Not ideal. But Solar's remaxing. What's that Thor? He gets it. Catching on one of the Thors, catching on 2 more tanks as well. We're getting very messy, very chaotic. ByuN bleeding out some key units. And Solar's still in the driver's seat. He's still okay. If it wasn't for this economic damage, then I'd be more concerned after losing all of the Infestors. But no, Solar, he does cripple the economy. 24 dead SCVs, denies the base, remaxes, and ByuN is broke gas-wise. Running out of gas. Random BC being built. Let's go. It's going to be his 2nd battle cruiser. But again, ByuN just can't afford it. Cannot afford it. Massive biles on the SCVs. Workers going down. Vials even catching out some of the Vikings. As ByuN, he will lose another 20 SCVs. Another 20 workers. I know, he gets another mineral line. Another 20. He just keeps killing SCVs. Another 25 working kills. Does he kill the orbital? Oh my, he does! No lifts! Kills the orbital as well. Again, beyond the attention is spread thin. It's just been a very messy game. BC is doing what he can. The Solar Hill pile down another command center. Now we commit. We can Neural the BC, I would imagine. Are we not going to? I think he Neuraled one of the Cyclones. I think that was a misclick. But the army moves in. GG gets called, and Solar, he will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. And a couple of key moments where ByuN did slip up, referring to when he got surrounded with his Cyclones early on when it came to the push towards the 4th expansion, and also when ByuN, when he was pulled out of position and when he had all of his tanks exposed in the center of the map, he lost 10 tanks early on, and this gave Solar the momentum that he needed to mass expand, to mass drone up, and to build up that economy, and then to eventually snowball out of control. GG, well played. Again, ByuN had a lot of potential here in this game, and there were some strong moments for him, but again, in these more pivotal moments, did end up fumbling, did end up losing too much. And with that, Solar does run away with it. Let's go as we're getting ready for game number 2. Going to be loading into Lockdown. Lockdown, of course, being one of the larger maps in the map pool. I mentioned earlier that I would not be surprised if ByuN does play mech a couple of times here in this series, like maybe twice in a best of 5, but I would not expect to see it back to back. Not expected. So I'm going to be loading it. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom hand corner of Lockdown. Oh gosh. the banter map. I would imagine they're talking about mech, but we'll see. Oh god. Oh no. Oh god. My phone wasn't ready. Is he talking about the event? I think they're talking about Jesus. I think they're talking about signing up for the tournaments and sign-ups for the tournaments, I think, but so far we can jump in. We're jumping in, spawning in the left-hand corner of Lockdown. We have the South Korean Terran player, we have the Red Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Oh, they're talking about the map. So I was saying this map is awful. ByuN's like, Zerg is. And so I was like, I just played against Percival on this map. It's a Terran map. So this part of the conversation I catch. And in the right hand corner is where we have the blue Zerg player. We have the South Korean Zerg. It is Solar. How's it going for the proxy? So proxy 2 racks here. The map may not come into play. Solar, he will spot the proxy though. He will spot the SCVs. He knows.
So he knows, he is aware. Bunkers are going to be on the way. We're going for the bunker rush. Meanwhile, was a hatch gas pool. Boys being pulled. And Solar, he has to make sure he minimizes worker losses. Solar, he's notorious for having a very messy defense against proxies. He will force the first cancel. Does force that first cancellation. Does not give chase. Oh. Now going for the dive. Once again, he has to make sure he does pull back those weakened drones. Oh, we'll lose one. One drone gets us around. Yeah, he gets us around in the end. He will look down to one of those Marines. We'll lose 1, 2, 3 drones though, and he's losing a lot here. 4 drones going down. 6 drone kills. This is getting a bit out of hand. He will surround that final Marine, losing up to 7 drones. And Solar, he falls far behind here in the worker count. Bleeds out a lot of units. He has to pull back. Queens are on the way. Technically, Solar, he defends, but ByuN dealt crippling damage and back at home. CC is on the way. But yeah, this is what Solar's known for. Like, Solar, he's known for having messy defenses against proxies. Ugh. Yeah. Solar, he's upset. He's like, really? I'm gonna lose? And Solar and ByuN's like, oh, you defended well, right? And Solar's like, nah. So yeah, again, Solar, he lost too many workers, and Solar knows it. Solar knows it, so here he's smudging. ByuN, he was saying like, oh, didn't you defend nicely? And Solar's like, I can smell 3 CC behind this. That's why there's number 3 there. Implying that ByuN is gonna take a lead and maintain that lead. Yep, speaking of 3rd CC. So 3 CC follow up here by ByuN. And Solar has some catching up to do. And we'll see if he can. We'll see if he can from here. Again, we're droning, pulling out of gas. From here, Solar can take a 3rd base. There's no way for Solar to really stop the natural or the 3rd from building up, so ByuN is very safe to construct his setup like this, especially based on the SimCity, or sorry, based on the terrain. We mentioned this earlier, but on this map, I mean, I guess the players are talking about it, but Lockdown is very defensive because of the ramps and because of the choke points and because of the destructible debris and towers here. It is easier to turtle up on 4 bases on Lockdown. ByuN even cutting more corners, going for double eBay, double upgrades into the 3cc 2-1-1 setup. Very, very late Snarport in favor of all this other tech and in favor of the upgrades and the CC as well. So ByuN's being very greedy, and he should get away with it. He will get away with it. Now, there are ways to recover from a rough start, of course. There are ways to do so. You can take some better fights, take some better trades, catch out the army, but again, it's going to be on Solar to find those opportunities. ByuN is just going to chill back at home. Just chilling back at home. Back home. Starport is now on the way, so ByuN can start working towards his medevacs. Working towards them. Oh, a bit of miscontrol there out of Solar. ByuN with the question mark. Feels bad, man. If you missed it, Solar, instead of target firing the Hellion, he accidentally target fired his own Ling, so he killed his own Zergling.
No, the mental, it's falling apart, Bappy. We gotta lock in. We gotta lock in. ByuN is moving out. He's got Sim. Sim is complete. Here comes our first push. Solar trying to keep up. And Solar should not lose this base, but it's going to be all about how many active tumors go down and how much room can ByuN gain here. Still an active tumor further behind. Oh, can he get a queen? Does get one. Yeah, one queen goes down. Massive pickup. ByuN pulls away. Bleeds out, I think, 2 Marines? Yeah, 2 Marines go down. 2 Marines for a queen and 7 lings. So far, a nice trade here by ByuN. And again, it's some Solar to keep up. Oh, second factory. Okay. Second factory is on the way for CC. ByuN building up to a 4 base economy, taking his gases. Aiming his gases. And Solar's cutting corners. It makes sense considering the early game. Instead of going Lean Bane Hydra, he's going Lean Bane Ultra. So Solar cutting corners, rushing into Hive. There's going to be a big power spike with Ultra Tech if Solar can get there. It's going to be up to ByuN to try to slow him down on the way to Ultras. I'll say that ByuN, I mean, because of his greed, it has delayed his aggression. So this is giving Solar a lot of breathing room here. As he misplaced the hatchery, had to cancel, replace it. ByuN's moving in, Solar's ready. Solar is ready for it. So far, even catching up Marines. Okay, Banelings are connected. This used to be 2 full medevacs full of Marines. Now there's only 1. So Marines, they get called out. And the Hive is finishing, by the way. We spoke earlier how the win condition here for Solar is to rush into Hive and rush into Ultras. There it is. And ByuN has not really found much damage here. He hasn't been very active. Try to pick in. Solar's keeping up. Solar keeping up, zoning away. Keep up from here. Solar, he does. Solar, he's keeping up with the drops, maintaining his economy. 86 workers. Ultra cabin is about to finish. We still have to wait for kindness plating, but again, Solar's almost there, and ByuN is going to try to turtle. I'm not too fond of this style here of just being hyper defensive like this. If there's a map to do it on, it would be Lockdown, to be fair. Like, as I mentioned at the beginning of this game, this is one of the easier maps to turtle on. That is true. But I'm not fond of just giving the Zerg player all this freedom. All this freedom to just mass drone, mass expand. I'm concerned for ByuN. As ByuN is still lacking SimCity here, he needs to seal this off a little bit better. We need turrets, sensor towers, orbitals, planetaries. There we go. CC is now being built. This is better. Creating a choke point. Switching into Liberators. Harvey's not ready. Yeah, ByuN is not ready. There's a big opening. Ultras, they rush in. Massive fungals. Marines are getting shut down. Oh my god, massive swipes. Jesus. Yeah, some massive Ultra swipes. Now, this was an anti-timing. What does that mean? Pre-kindness plating. You can see your kindness plating was finishing up 20 seconds before. It was on the way 20 seconds later. Solar, he was premature. Imagine that fight with kindness plating. Oh, does he kill? Oh my god.
Solo, he has to rebuild those ultras. ByuN holds onto his economy, taking another base. I will say there's still a big opening here. Like, this is still a very big entrance that is available to Solar. But now they're going towards the most fresh mining base. ByuN is spread thin. And Solar's coming. Solar will collapse in. There's no liberators ready. There's a couple of mines here on the ramp. They get baited out. And the base will fall. Yeah, the base will fall. So he'll break the expansion again based on more mine shots. Catching reinforcements, pushing towards the mineral line. He wants his SCVs. He wants them. Oof. As they force friendly fire, they collapse on the reinforcing army as well. I was expecting more workers to go down here. There we go. I was expecting more economic damage. So he was wasting his banelings earlier. Does dive in. Tank goes down. And that's going to be 18 SCVs, 18 dead workers, and Solo just keeps rallying. And he wants to keep on rallying. Oh, now making more ultras. Corruptor production has begun that will help against the Liberators. Solo, he does not have +3. I feel like that's a bit of a mistake. Yeah, +3 attack never began. So he's pulling a ByuN, true. Pulling a ByuN. There is being annoying. Army does rush in. This time Liberators are going to be going down. We have Corruptors. We have Anti-Air. Ooh, Massive Fungal. Baileys, they shouldn't get any major connections, but he does get into one of the tanks. Ultras, they mainly zone. They zone away and the CC will go down. Planetary should fall. That does. That's all that matters. I'm trying to get a 5th base. And once again, ByuN is nowhere to be found. Oh. He's not here, Batty. Oh my god. Yeah, Banes to get into the mineral line. Massive connections here. Workers going down. And should get the... Doesn't quite get the planetary there. Yeah, planetary does survive, but that's still going to be 24 SCVs. Heavy losses for ByuN. So he can just keep going. Can keep going. Long drawn out Terran loss. Yeah, as I mentioned, like, this is on ByuN. Like, I wasn't fond of, after ByuN went for the economic follow-up going 3CC, I wasn't fond of ByuN choosing to just be very defensive and very turtle heavy. As we mentioned, like, this is one of the better maps to do it on. That is true. This is a better map to turtle up on. But we saw that Solo was able to strike before we really were able to seal off some of these entrances and seal off the bases. And before the SimCity was there. Solo just had so much freedom this game. So much. As he moves in, catching more SCVs. Ghost production has begun at this point, but once again, ByuN is being denied bases. Like 13 SCV kills, another base is denied. ByuN does take the northern base, that is true. This will help ByuN sustain himself a little bit longer. But that should be Solo's next target, is this northern expansion. Actually, he's just going to keep going, okay. Gonna keep pushing. Oh my god, massive mine shots. The first big connection of the game. That's EMP. ByuN is holding his own. He is getting into a more comfortable ghost count, and that will help fight against the ultras, against the infestors. Ghosts are slowly amassing. There is a world where ByuN can start to regain control of this map and start to... I mean, he's maxed. He's maxing out.
Solar, he's yet to mine for this northern base, so technically ByuN can still break out and take this expansion himself. Solar needs to be careful here. Needs to be careful. We've built up to now 6 ghosts, soon to be 8. The ghost count is getting higher and higher. And you can see now ByuN is throwing down all these CCs at these entrances. ByuN is much more secure now. Solar is getting desperate. He's moving in. Solar who collapsed in. Chase down some of the medevacs. Trying to corner the ghost. Yeah, nice EMPs, nice control here by ByuN, trading as best he can. He will still lose his position though, and he will still lose the mineral line. Yeah, another base goes down. There were just not enough ghosts in position. They now rotate over. 26 SCVs. And again, all these ghosts were on the top side. Right? They weren't ready. They were not ready. If everything was together, then I can see ByuN defending here, but alas, was spread thin. And now Solar can break through. Oh god. Solar can try. ByuN is building up more ghosts. This time we see ByuN's main army here is on the south side. Solar rotates to the top. Oh, where are we headed? Never mind. Solar coming back down. Looks like he's given up on the idea of trying to break that northern base just because of how choked up it is. Oof, massive mine shot. Solar getting a little bit sloppy towards the end, but he does get into the ghost. Yeah, massive pickoffs. Ghosts are going down. Heavy losses for ByuN. Oh god, gosh. Massive Bailey connections. That was how many? That was 6, 7, 8. 8 ghosts going down. Some brutal losses there for ByuN. That was the one chance he had in this game, is to build up that ghost counts. Not anymore. As Solar gets a little bit sloppy there. I don't know if you saw, but he actually spent all of his banelings on a tank. So sloppy aim move out of Solar, but he should still have enough here as he's trickling in. Double fungal lands. Another fungal. Catching in more tanks. Chasing down the medevacs. Planetary goes down. And Solar can just rebuild, remax. Solar, he will lose an all-in expansion though. Actually, 2 bases going to be falling. So nice counterattack here by ByuN. Oof. Yeah, again, Solar getting sloppy across the map as well. Got to take this seriously. ByuN gets across. Takes on 2 bases, keep shoving in. Oh, Will is a full medevac. And Solar does turn everything around. Which is understandable. Like this double drop was getting way too much damage. Too much, Pat. So he wants that planetary once again. Denies the 5th. Oh, not quite. Not enough Banelings. Yeah, Banelings weren't with the main army. ByuN trying to rebuild his ghost count. Slowly building back up. Slowly. As ByuN secured this southern position. Solar rotating to the top side. The army's not quite here. Gets a free tank. Tank goes down, going for the planetary, but it doesn't quite make his way in. ByuN is building back up again. He's building back up. And again, what is the most scariest thing right now here is Solar's lack of mining on the top side. These bases here are still relatively untouched. He's just now transferring over. As I mentioned before, there's a world where if Solar cannot actually mine from these expansions, ByuN can eventually take them himself. He can take them himself. And that will give ByuN a real chance in this game if he can deny these bases and break out. Speaking of denying bases, so let's head bottom right. Solar completely out of position. Solar, he bleeds our drones. 7 drones going down. Takes down the expansion as well. Solar, he has mined this base quite heavily, I will say, so it's not as important, but does distract Solar at least. And this is what's important. Takes down the fresh base. ByuN, he's not aware of how mine or how saturated top left is. But ByuN needs to deny top left as well. He does not head in that direction. Knocking down another base, or at least threatening. Rollers a stem in, and the hatchery, it's going to go down. It's close. Oh my god, barely not. Hatchery does survive, and Solar, he commits. There we go. He's had enough. He commits into the bases, going for the planetary. Ghost, they react, they respond. He does save it. Wow, he saves the base. ByuN, he saves the planetary, saves the expansion. Does scan. Again, he's still not fully aware of top left. There we go, now he knows. He sees the creep.
Mineral field depleted.
And he peels off a drop. Now Solar is on the back foot. Oh. And Link collapse in. They take down the tank. One ghost goes down. Solar scrambling for a defense here. Nice fungal. Very nice fungal. But again, he's bleeding out a lot of Bailings, a lot of Lings. Infestors going down. Expensive losses here for Solar, losing 2 Infestors. And ByuN, top left. Not quite. Yeah, not quite. Solar's in position as well. Yeah, Solar knows how important this base is. Gets in position. ByuN, he's broke. ByuN, he's running out of money. Again, ByuN needs these 2 bases. He needs them. That's why I've been focusing on them like for the past 10 minutes. We've been emphasizing top left. But I don't think he can. Not like this. He needs to try, of course. There you go. Sims to the top side. Solar has to react. And can he catch at the bio? Oh. Yeah, he's going in, collapsing out on the ghosts, on the marauders. No detection. Okay. No detection. Top left goes down. Solar did mine a lot of these resources. Bear that in mind. Did get a lot out of that. ByuN can now expand, but I don't think ByuN has enough. I do favor ByuN's army with all these ghosts, that is true, but like this area here is so open. Like we need to float over more buildings just to set up some walls. Like to float them, not even build them because we have no money for it. Speaking of running out of resources, Solar, he's got half a base bottom right, half a base center right as well. Solar should not let the space get up and running. Like, I believe Solar has enough to make sure that this space doesn't get up. But we'll see. Nice snipes. It's only 1 ultra, right? Yeah, only 1 ultralisk. It's mainly Ling, actually. Oh, the mines. ByuN can take this fight. He can take this fight. If you can bait the army into mines. It's just very Ling heavy. Oh, the fungal there. Professor getting ready. Solar setting up the trap. ByuN does pre-split. Yeah, Solar baits out the mines. Does collapse in, going for the surround. He tries. Ooh, no fungal. Yeah, we have backup fungal coming in, catching out some of the ghosts. We have detection, and with that Solar, he does break through, collapsing on all the ghosts. Ghosts are going down. There's only 2 ghosts left. GG gets called, and Solar, he will take game number 2. Hey. GG. GG, well played. Solar will take it in. Solar had a big advantage this game, but ByuN, he made Solar work for it. He made him work for it towards the end. As we mentioned, by the time that ByuN started to try to take the northern bases, it was too late. Like, ByuN just didn't have the resources to sustain his army. So he just could not replenish his forces, could not rebuild. If he had some extra resources, or if he had denied the top mining a little bit earlier, then maybe. But Solar did have enough. GG. GG all played. Solar, he did have enough in the end. He was able to break the northern bases, ensure that ByuN just ran out of steam. He was broke towards the end. GG. GG well played. And with that, we're getting ready for game number 3. Going to be loading into game 3 here. Game 3, potentially the final game of the series. Solar's up 2-0, needs one more game to claim the win. The pressure is on ByuN. Game 1, ByuN went mech. Game 2, ByuN opened up with a proxy. Game 3, what's it going to be this time? Here we go. Just catching up in the chat. Just looks so hard for Zerg to close out the game. Can take 70% of the map, but can't break into the Terran base. Solar hasn't been taking the best engagements. No, well, as we mentioned, it's very map dependent. Specifically on lockdown, we were talking about it at the beginning of the game, and we mentioned it a couple of times throughout. But on lockdown, the terrain does make for better and easier choke points and some elevated positions as well, like the ramp and the high ground. So specifically on that map, it is a little bit easier to turtle up, and it's harder to push in. Despite that, like, ByuN was still broken, of course. But that is one of the maps where you can get away with that style. Less so on other maps. We'll get into it. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Rorschach, we have the red Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player, the blue Zerg player himself, leading the series 2-0. It is Solar. So let us go and welcome to Rorschach. Rorschach is the smallest map in the map pool, the shortest rush distance by ground. Again, aggression is favored here. There's a healing pad in the center, but the distance between your natural and your opposing natural, or even third to third, because you can expand towards your opponent as well and reduce that time even more, it's very short. It's very, very short. So we do typically expect more aggressive builds out of our players, and that can be unfolded in a couple of different ways, right? We can see, say, a hidden mech build by going into battle mech and catching your opponent off guard. We can go for like a 2-base 5 racks all in. We can go for a proxy play from the Zerg side, roaches, right? We could see a roach all in. If we were casting like Shin or Rogue, I would give like a roach all in a very high chance of occurring. Solar, he does mix in roaches every now and then, but less so than Rogue and Shin. Solar, he's less chaotic, he's less aggressive. He's less of an animal. He's which is, you know, which does make Solar a little bit more unique compared to the other Korean Zergs. I think historically we would often say that Solar, in certain matchups, he's a little bit more European in how he plays, like a little bit more standard, like Lingbane Hydra, Lingbane Ultra, that sort of thing. Of course, there are always exceptions, and again, every now and then, Solar, he will be more aggressive, but we'll see. We'll see if he does decide to do so here. But again, Rogue and Shin, they're a lot more willing to go for like early gases, early pool, like early roach warren, like rush across the map. Send it, baby, send it. There's different players. But there we go. The first Reaper does get across the map. Does poke in, does poke, does prod. Oh. And again, because of the distance between base and base, or one side and the other, it does make it quite difficult to be defensive and to turtle up as well. Pushes hit so hard. Behind this, ByuN is going for a 3rd CC before starport, so a 3 CC economic build here out of ByuN. Another factor, of course, is the gold base. There's the gold expansion on the top side. I have very rarely seen the gold base taken successfully. I've seen it attempt to be taken plenty of times, but it is very out of the way. It's very isolated. It's very difficult to defend. Unlike on At Attorney's Edge, where the bases are a little bit closer together, so your army can more naturally kind of work towards the gold base. Here, there's a lot of distance between the gold and the next nearest base. A lot of distance. Likewise, there's no second path to rally out. Like, there's only one entrance here. Whereas typically with bases, you have like an entrance here and an entrance here. So then you can pull workers back and forth. But here there's only one entrance, so the idea of trying to preserve units and try to pull them away is much more difficult at the gold base. And hey, we're seeing it again. It is going to be mech. If you recall, in game 1, we saw mech as well, and we did mention that if we were to see mech again, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it twice in a best of 5. We're seeing it twice in a best of 5. This also makes sense just because we mentioned earlier how you can be quite aggressive, and especially with mech, like there's a window in time where you can catch your opponent off guard. It was working in game 1. Like, ByuN did have a better start in that first game when he did go into battle mech. It's just he got caught out, right? He got surrounded, he got caught. Similar. Oh no! Jeez. Overlord goes in, and oh, you can see ByuN doesn't know what to do. ByuN didn't want to make it obvious that he was going into mech, so there we go. You can see he makes a fake add-on. He goes for a fake add-on swap, makes a fake add-on, then cancels, and that was all just for the Overlord, just to hide the build. So very cute play there by ByuN. Solar, because he saw the add-on swap, he believes it's Bio. Carapace is on the way. Ling Bane should be amassing. And what is good against Ling Bane? Blue Flame. Blue Flame Hellions. So again, ByuN is just massing up Blue Flame Hellions as we speak. What do we need against this? Roaches. We need Roaches to defend. And currently Solar has no idea. He has no idea. Hellions, they poke in. This is standard. Like, this is a normal amount of Hellions. Oh, nice positioning. Very nice positioning. ByuN pulls away, he trades as best he can, or does roast up all the Zerglings, and gets 5 drone kills as well. Good start for ByuN. It's a good start for ByuN. You can see the Hellions are hiding in the main. Cyclone production has begun as well. And Blue Flame is about to finish, but ByuN has to be careful. He has to be careful not to reveal Blue Flame. These 3 Hellions are still standard, but if a Ling pokes in, oh, that was a misrally. But if a Ling pokes in and sees the blue flame, then that's just a big tell, right? That's just a massive sign that it is mech. Speaking of, Solo does work forward, and if the Hellion attacks this, Solo will know. There it is. Solo knows. He sees the blue flame, massive red flag. Solo, was he looking though? Was he looking? Because we need some roaches. Here comes ByuN. ByuN is coming. Solar, he's still going Ling Bane. I don't think he noticed. Like, he may have just rallied his Ling in, but maybe may not have been looking at what exactly killed him and how it died. As we have a backup Zergling scouts. Here we go. If he didn't know before, yep, now he sees Roach Warren. The Roach Warren immediately gets thrown down, which tells us the Solar wasn't looking earlier. He was not looking. It's a very late Roach Warren. ByuN is moving in. And he does roast up those Zerglings. He wants the queens, ideally. He does want those queens. So far, they transfuse. Solar's holding on. Roach Warren is almost complete. Where is the Roach Warren? At the 3rd, okay. I was looking for it. Roach Warren's almost done. Nice thing run by, forcing a cancel. Yeah, ByuN completely out of position. He's racing back home. The Lings, they do hit the mineral line. And this is all just buying time. It's all just buying time for roaches, keeping ByuN busy. Roach production has begun. Yo, the 2 Marines from the start of the game are here. We do see this round though. He's locked in. Yeah, ByuN, he's locked in. We'll lose the Cyclones. Heavy losses for ByuN. He's just been zoned in. He cannot escape. He can't get away. And ByuN's in it. Sorry, Solo's in this. Solo, he's in this game, catching out the Hellions, catching out the Cyclones, catching out half the army. That should not have happened. And ByuN's in trouble. And ByuN knows it. Bam, tank production. Once you see the tank transition here by the meching Terran, this is a sign that they're going to turtle. That they know that they've lost momentum, they've lost some of that aggressive potential. And ByuN is getting ready to defend. Getting ready for that next step. As Roach speed is finishing. Bailing speed also on the way. Getting safety infestors. Oof. Once again, ByuN gets caught out. Yeah, here extends on creep. Massive losses. 3 Cyclones go down. You gotta respect the creep, app. You gotta respect it. Ay, ay, ay. And again, ByuN is in trouble. Now, thankfully, again, he had started tank production because he knew that this would happen. He knew that he would lose control. So the tanks, they come out just in time. He's got his tanks ready. Now going back into Hellion Cyclone. Will deny the go. Oh, never mind. That's way too soon. See Solo marauding around. Does marauder on the bases. Hellions, they do dive into the mineral line. Ooh, getting up to 6 drone kills. I mean, this is decent damage, but we're going to lose every Hellion here. Every Hellion goes down, so 7 drone kills. Back at home. How many tanks do we have? 6. We have 6 tanks. We're going for a massive starport transition here. I would imagine for Liberators, okay. And ByuN's going to try to turtle. He's going to attempt to turtle up here. Now, when it comes to the terrain, we spoke about this about lockdown. Your 3-base setup here is relatively secure. Relatively. I mean, this 3rd base is still very open. It's very open, very accessible. The 4th base is very, very isolated. We spoke about the goal base being isolated, the 4th base as well. I do not see ByuN getting a 4th. Last game, he was fighting for to get like a 6th expansion. Oh, I'll snipe 2 Jesus. 2 infestors go down. Nice pick outside of ByuN. But claiming a 4th base on this map is going to be insanely difficult. As here we go, Solo moves in, takes out the tank. Zones away the Hellions, pushing into the mineral line. A 7 SCV is going to be going down. Again, nice damage out of Solar. Has to pull away though. Wings are punished. Thor production has begun. Interesting. Making a round of Thors just in case. I believe there was a Spire, to be fair. It's now a Greater Spire, and it has been scanned. So ByuN is aware of the threat of Broodlords. And you can see he's trying to wall off, trying to wall up. Throwing down all the CCs. Meanwhile, Solo has the gold. He's got the gold base. Solo, he somewhat flanks the army, catching at the Hellions. Doesn't get a Cyclone this time. Oh. We do have ducks. Gets 1. 1, 2 Cyclones and a Hellion. Solo's gonna be careful. I don't see, he's gonna try to push up the ramp. He's crazy. Does go for the Blinding Cloud. He's pushing into siege tanks though. Yes, this is no. we gotta calm down. It's crazy, Bappy. Yeah, Solo overextends. Throws away the Vipers and the Infestors. Respect the siege line, Bappy. And moments like this do give ByuN the opportunity to potentially expand, right? Like, this is the opportunity to try to move out. As I said before, there's no good 4th base option for ByuN. There's my Copper Shroud. Neural is still on the way. It's possible that Solo may have thought he already had Neural. It is possible. But Neural just now beginning. That's potentially why he drove earlier. Here we go. ByuN is going with the center fourth. Actually, he's double expanding. Okay. ByuN is double expanding. Ooh, Thors are getting caught out. Massive losses here. Losing 1, 2 Thors. ByuN is out in the open. The Biles. Yeah, they catch out the Liberators. And ByuN bleeds out far too much here. The Liberators are doing what they can. Will deny some mining at least. Oof. Not enough Biles. Uh-oh. There we go. Takes down the final Liberator, and with this, it can just rally forward, catching out all these tanks. Again, ByuN, big overextension here. Rallying too far onto the map. Top base is still denied. Now, this has allowed ByuN to try to secure this center base. But again, very difficult to defend. And here comes Solar. Did he just kill the CC? It's so low. Oh my god. Does force a lift. And tank is exposed. Tank goes down. Solar pulling back, waiting for 26 lings. Waiting for his Zerglings. Bearing in mind that Solar can attack from multiple angles here. He can rotate from the top side, come in from the south, come in from the front. And speaking of, he does distract the main army. And he's going for the fourth. Yeah, Bane's rolling in. This is going to be inefficient. All these Banes are going to be thrown away. Yeah, throws away the mainlings, but that is 32 SCV kills. This is all that matters. This is all that matters here. Takes down the mineral line. Burrows the Zergling. At the same time, ByuN now takes the base here on the south side. Again, you can see that ByuN, he's just trying to take whatever base he can. He's but hey, it's slowly getting saturated. And I don't think Solar's aware of this. Yeah, Solar, he has no vision. So this may be a nice distraction to allow ByuN to actually get a fourth. But the Biles, oh my god. The Biles are connecting. Takes down 2 Liberators. There's 1 left. Oh no mass. Does go down. Yeah, Solar getting a little bit messy here, overextending. Professor goes down, no fungal. Oh god, he's gonna give chase. Yeah, this is not ideal here. I mean, Solar, he does at least deny the center expansion, but this matters a little bit less because ByuN does have a base up and running. Now, Solar checks. He checks. He sees. He checks the expansion. Solar knows. And you can see him respond. You can see him react. Again, once Solar is aware of what's going on, this base should never get up. And now catching up the army. This is going to be a messy fight for Solar. Decent concave here for ByuN. Decent concave, that 1 tank popping up at the same time. 14 links go down. Again, this base is also very isolated. It's very, very isolated. The idea of ByuN trying to rotate, respond with an army to defend here, it's so difficult. So difficult. So again, ByuN just can't expand. He just cannot expand. He's trying. He's trying his hardest here to take a 4th base. But this map is not built for a 4th. Like, it's not built for it. Let's go. Not for a defending player, I should emphasize. As ByuN does send all the boys here to the center base. Solar once again moving in. Oof, forces the lift. This time Solar should have enough. This time he built up his main army. Takes down the tank, takes down the Liberators. Ooh, bit of friendly fire. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful. Yeah, bit of friendly fire, but once again, 23 SCV kills, takes down another tank. Another tank goes down. Solar, he does peel off towards that southern base. Oh. Getting the Liberator. Gets another. Oh, doesn't quite land. It doesn't quite land, but there we go. Another 25 SCVs, again, 0 mining here. 0 mining, 0 economy. ByuN just wants to land the CC. And he gives up. Yeah, he gives up on the southern base. It just has not been worth it. Oh, now we have 2 Lings here. Oh no. Sorry, that's a drone, by the way. Jesus. The hell? Solar, he wants that base for himself. He wants it. Solar, he's pushing into a siege line. Oh, this is a bad fight for Solar. Okay, we got to look at the tank count here. We kind of push into this, not from the top side, not into a trig point. I wouldn't be surprised if ByuN only just now realized he could knock down that tower. He's like, oh, that's useful. it is. It is useful. Solar committing in, gets 1 tank. Once again, all that Solar needs to do here is not push into the tanks, but deny the base. Deny the space. Deny the mining. That's all that Solar needs, because ByuN will eventually just run out of money. It will run out of money. Hellions, they do clean up the borrowed Lings. Solar, he's already on this. Oh, getting into the mineral line. At the same time, Solar does try to push forward. Not quite able to, but he will get he gets in. 16 SCVs. Oh my god. Yeah, 18 SCVs going down. Solar pushes forward once again, takes down the Liberator, gets more workers. ByuN just wants a 4th base. This time burying a roach. Oh. That's right, roach. Lings, they do get into the middle line once again at the 3rd. Oof. Getting more CV kills. Roaches, they trade well against the Hellbats. Broodlord production has begun. Again, we got the Greatest Spire a long time ago, but this is a good moment here for it. What is the anti-air? We have 0 Thors, 3 Cyclones, 3 Liberators, down to 2 Cyclones, down to 1. Oh, down to 0. 0 Cyclones left. It's a heavy tank-based army. There's 2 Vikings also with the army as well, but this is the perfect time for Broodlords to just end the game. Just end the game, going for the Broodlord switch. Broodlords are moving in. There is corrupted support for the Vikings. Thor production has begun, but it takes some time to build up. It takes some time to get this underway. And here comes Solar. He's here to end it. GG. GG gets called. The Broodlords arrive, and Solar, he will claim the series 3-0, becoming this week's PiGosaur Cup champion. GG. GG, well played again. You could see what we emphasized at the beginning about the maps. On Lockdown, we saw that ByuN was able to build up to 6 bases and force a longer late game and fight for like a 7th and 8th expansion. Here on Rorschach, as we emphasized, it's a very small map, but also the 4th base is so isolated. Either 4th location, the northern 4th, southern 4th, or the center 4th base. All these 4th bases are very, very difficult to take, very difficult to defend, and ByuN just couldn't. He just could not expand, could not get another base up and running. Couldn't get it, man. Couldn't get it. GG. GG, well played. GG, Lords. Yeah, I mean that was the ideal timing for the Broodlords, but I mean Solar could do whatever he wanted from that point. Like again, ByuN could never expand. He could never expand. He was running out of money. GG. GG, well played. But this is a reason, and I guess maybe like a PSA for those that are laddering out there. Well, this is why you often see all-ins on Rorschach. You're either all in or you die. Like it's depending on the matchup, of course. If your goal is to try to defend and try to turtle up as a Terran or Protoss player, depending on the matchup, if you're up against a Zerg player, it's very difficult to do so. I should also emphasize that the plan for ByuN was not to play turtle heavy. Remember, the plan was to hide battle mech and then bam, strike and try to kill with his Hellion, with his blue flame Macville accelerator timing. And the timing was really good, was really solid. ByuN was doing some decent damage, but there was a key moment, if you remember, where ByuN came in with half his army on the top side, and he got cornered. He got locked down. That was the first moment where ByuN started losing momentum. I want to say there were two key moments. It was that moment, and the next moment was when ByuN pushed up the center ramp with his cyclones, and he lost like 4 cyclones. He lost like 4 cyclones in the center. And if you remember when that happened, that's when ByuN started tank production. That was the moments where things started looking very sour, very south, very dire for ByuN, because the moment that you lose control of the map, like you can't expand. If ByuN was able to preserve his cyclones in those key moments and retain the battle mech army and start getting some momentum and start picking off some more roaches and start the ball rolling, different game entirely. But ByuN was heavily reliant on those early skirmishes. Very, very reliant. But GG well played. With that, we are going to be wrapping up here for the broadcast, for the tournament broadcast. Before I forget, we do have a replay to cast. If you're in the chat, there is something very special that is done every now and then. It's quite a rare sight. But with your channel points, you can redeem a replay cast. So we do have a replay cast available here. For Zergtroll in the chat did redeem a replay earlier in the week, so it is time to cover that. So we're going to be cutting to a short break. And when we come back, we will have that replay cast. Un momento. The macros are true. In certain matchups. But yeah, we're going to be cutting to a short break. I do need some time to set up the overlays to get things going. When we come back, we will have a viewer replay cast ready for you. Un momento. We'll see you soon. We'll see you soon after the break. Oh. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that lovely Brutal OST as we returned here with the conclusion of our broadcast. We were going to be jumping into a replay cast. We were going to be jumping in, but I just realized that the replay cast that was submitted is versus AI, and it's it feels a little bit awkward just casting a match versus a computer. So maybe next time, we'll get another replay redeemed, replay to cover. But we just wrapped up with the PiGosaur Cup. And again, this is a weekly tournament every single week. It is sponsored by Pig. It is organized by Stegosaurus. That's why it's called the PiGosaur Cup, with a collaboration between Pig and Stegosaurus. So they do work together for this. And we are going to be wrapping up here for the morning broadcast. When it comes to the rest of the week, let's catch up on our schedule. Let's have a look. Bam, as you can see here. We are going to be last night we were live with GSTL. If you missed it, I highly recommend the VOD. It's over on Soup, but the GSTL has returned after 13 years of being absent. We have the GSTL. We were live casting it last night. That's why I'm a little bit fatigued today, because it was a long cast and I got very little sleep. But last night was GSTL. If you look at our schedule here, you can see that we had the GSTL cast Tuesday night, which is last night, and we also have a GSL cast Thursday morning. That's the rebroadcast. That's going to be the rebroadcast here on Twitch and on YouTube. Bear that in mind. So if you missed it live, then you can tune in tomorrow at this time. I guess at the PiGosaur Cup start time tomorrow for the rebroadcast of the VOD of GSTL. Again, we live cast on Soup. It is exclusively live cast on Soup, but the VODs will be available after the fact. Usually we do try to broadcast the VODs right afterwards, but we didn't want to clash with PiGosaur Cup. Right? We didn't want to clash with PiGosaur. That's why it's on Thursday instead. We have the Pwncast Thursday evening. We have the Patches Patch Clash Friday morning, MSO on Saturday, and STC on Sunday. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. We were going to be casting Kung Fu Cup tonight, but we don't have the matches for Kung Fu Cup. We usually get replays from the organizers, but we don't have the replays, so we will not be covering Kung Fu Cup this evening. Just as a heads up. So instead it's just going to be the one cast tonight, and tomorrow GSDL rebroadcast and the Pwncast. So take care everyone. Because we're going to be free tonight, I might stream a little bit on my personal channel. I might go back into the Brood War campaign. For those that are unaware, last weekend I played through the Zero Space early access campaign. I gave my thoughts, I gave my feedback to the Zero Space devs, and after that, I have not really been too motivated to ladder StarCraft at the moment with the current state of the game. I haven't been too motivated, but I still have the itch to play in RTS, so I started playing through the Brood War Remastered campaign for the first time. I say for the first time, I played plenty of Brood War as a kid. Like, I played a lot of Brood War. Just not really much PvP, or like I should say 1v1, but I played a little Brood War growing up, but I never played the remastered version. So I've been playing through the campaign. It's easier than I remember, but it's also, but like there have been some changes made, which I don't like the character model changes. Like they changed like the portraits of like Jim to make it look closer to like the SC2 Jim, and Mengsk as well, Kerrigan, Duran, Duke is okay, but yeah, they obviously added some updates. They also added like some in between mission like screens, which like give some extra like storytelling and some extra lore, which I think is really cool. So there's a couple of things added here and there. Again, I've never played the remastered version. I've never played like Warcraft 1 or Warcraft 2, and I also know that they've been remastered as well, so tempted to play through them whenever I have some free time. So if you're interested, we'll be covering that later on tonight on my personal channel. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. We'll be wrapping up here. If you want to follow us, if you want to support us, you can do so by following us on all the socials. Oh, sorry, apologies. Exclamation mark socials in the chat. Our socials, they do. You can follow us on YouTube. We upload on YouTube on a daily basis, so it's all on YouTube, on the socials. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the GSTL rebroadcast. See you then. Papi. See you then. Hasta luego.